Start that again. Thanks everyone for coming to this month's From the Bench. Today's guest is Richie Peña at the Flatbed Center for Contemporary Printmaking. Richie grew up in Del Rio, Texas, and currently resides in Austin, where he is lead printer of etching and relief and gallery associate. Prior to working at Flatbed, Peña was an AmeriCorps member and artist in residence for Imagine Art, a nonprofit organization that focuses on teaching art and job-ready skills to artists with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Peña received his MFA in printmaking from the University of Dallas and his BFA from the University of Texas of the Permian Basin in Odessa. He primarily creates monotype prints that involve crochet elements, stencils, and various printing processes to develop his images. He's exhibited nationally, including exhibitions in Texas and Massachusetts. And he is calling in from Flatbed, and thanks so much for being here with us today.
Yeah, thanks so much, Sarah. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And start here. So welcome to Flatbed. I'm going to talk about who we are, what we do here, and my experience working here at Flatbed. So there we go. So Flatbed's mission, Flatbed Center of Contemporary Printmaking, is dedicated to creating and promoting the art and craft of the original print and to inform and broaden the audience for it. And all of Flatbed, so Flatbed was, there we go. Flatbed, one of Flatbed's founder was Catherine Brimberry. She had just graduated from grad school from New Mexico State University, and she moved here to Austin, taught printmaking at St. Edward's University, Austin Community College, and Texas State University. But she wanted a place where she could bring the community to come and work. And without giving information about Catherine, I feel is very important, because without her and her former partners, business partners, I would not be where I am at today. So Catherine Brimberry and Mark Smith are both founders of Flatbed. Mark Smith did leave in 1989 to 1993. He was a partner, and in 2000 and 2012 as well. And Flatbed has had 3 locations here in Austin. Couldn't find images, but the image on the left is Catherine and Mark in the first location, and on the right is an image in the second location. And this picture is of Jerry Manson. So Catherine Brimberry is a master printer here at Flatbed, and Flatbed has published prints alongside with Jerry, who was the master editioner here. He passed in 2019, and in his honor, Catherine created the Jerry Manson residency. So, and we select one local artist to come and print and use the facilities and create an addition of prints that will go into the collection. So, what is Flatbed? Flatbed is a professional publishing print shop and a community print shop. And Catherine found this new passion for collaborating with artists. And so you see Catherine working on the left with artist Ken Hale, who was a University of Texas printmaking professor. And on the right is the artist Ann Connor. And you see Catherine in action, lifting a print, pulling a print together and inking up a block for Ann Connor. And that's all a part of being a collaborative printmaker. And as I progress through the slides, you'll get to see me in action as well. So another print pulled by the artist Linda Ridgway. And so today, this is, we are in our third location. Flatbed moved here in 2019. And on the left, you see the community print shop, where we hold workshops and classes. Community members come and have 24 access. Currently, we have open studio hours going on today. So it's pretty busy over there right now, people making prints. And then on the right is the professional print shop, and that's where we collaborate with artists, and myself and my coworker, Alyssa Ebinger, we work on editioning those projects as well. And we also have a gallery here, and we currently are exhibiting monoprints and etchings by local artist Connie Arizmendi. So I'm in the gallery right now, and you can see 3 prints behind me that I editioned for Connie. So part of the law. And then on the right is our showroom, and this is where we store 30 plus years of prints that have been editioned at Flatbed. We also had an overflow, so the flat files that you see in the gallery, currently that's where I'm at right now. But yeah, so 30 plus years of collaborations and editions are stored in the showroom. And the showroom will change periodically too. So I want to talk about our team. Catherine Brimberry, co-founder, director, and master printer. Mike Brimberry, her husband, archivist and proprietor. So Mike will change the shows out, store any materials that were part of Flatbed through editioning and collaboration. So those get archived. And also making sure like everything is neatly organized in all those flat files that you saw. And then Alyssa Ebinger. Alyssa is a Tamron trained lithographer. She joined us in November, so she's inches away from her year mark here. And she has been wonderful. We are so happy to have her on our team. And me, lead relief and etching printer and gallery assistant. So yeah. And so I thought it was very important to share what like the collaborative process of working here. Yes, I am an artist, but also a collaborative artist. And, you know, we work with the artists to achieve what they want to come in and edition and create here. And it's so, I can understand how Catherine explains like this new passion of working with artists and working collaboratively, because even though it's not the work, our personal work, we still have our hands in the creation of making prints for other artists. And on the left is artist Ben Munoz. He is a Dallas, Texas artist. And you see, these are just 3 of prints that I've auditioned for Ben. And full circle moment with Ben, I actually got to print one of his large wood blocks at my graduate school. So it was really nice to come here to Flatbed and to work with Ben again and audition prints for him. And on the right is artist Kim K. She is from California. She came to Texas because her family is also from Dallas, and she needed a place to work. And she came to Flatbed. She was here for a month, just a small little residency. She sat up in a corner and printed, and then she wanted to, we have a big, large tackage press in the professional shop, and she just kept eyeing it and wanted to print on it. And so you see on the right, me assisting her with pulling the print. And then Pepe Coronado, he is a screen printmaker, and he's also a collaborative printmaker, and it has a studio here in Austin called Coronado Print Studio. And the works that you see on the wall, we did a week-long collaboration with Pepe, Alyssa, and I, working together to create his exhibition that was maybe like 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. And we created over 21 large-scale monoprints, and you can see on the right Pepe inking up on plexi. And with his work, you see the memory of the path, the memory of the roller of his mark, and the gesture of it to create these large monotype prints. Other artists that we worked collaboratively, I worked with Maricela Sanchez, and she's standing next to 2 of her monoprints that we pulled. And we, like, Marcy, we work fast. Like, it's like, mix this color, lay this print down, get this stencil, ink this stencil, and it's just this constant flow working collaboratively. And we'll fill the drying rack up within a day. Like, and then on the right is Connie Arismendi. And this is a process shot. I thought was very important because it's Catherine in the background guiding the artist. And also that's part of the collaborative, is sort of helping the artist navigate a new process or to help navigate developing their image. And that copper plate, Connie is laying a stencil down that's for this print, one behind me. And it's an etching with a monotype, a monoprint shinkole with the plate printed on top. So how did I get here? During my year of AmeriCorps, my service year as an artist in residence, I told my director at the time I needed a print shop. I needed to get back to printing. And he told me 2 locations here in Austin. And the one that called me back was, was Catherine. So Catherine, I left her a voicemail. She called me back, told me to apply as an intern. And during my internship, I had proposed to bring 3 Imagine Art artists to Flatbed and got to work with them. And Imagine Art, again, is a nonprofit organization that works with artists with intellectual and development disabilities. And it was such a rewarding experience that I got to just share printmaking process to 3 artists. And the artist that you see here is John Molina, or how I like to call him, the famous John Molina, because everyone knows him there at Imagine Art. And working with John, each artist had to work collaboratively, but also figure out a way that would best work for each artist. And with the way that John works and looking at his paintings, I felt that mono printing was the best way to translate John's ideas onto a matrix and transfer that impression to paper. And you can see on the right a process shot of John just like playing and having fun. And I would always tell John, we're just experimenting. It's a new process. We're learning the process. And then by the time we were done, he was reassured and he started telling me, it's okay, we're learning the process. I'm experimenting. And these are two of his works. They are monotype prints, just with modified ink, to where John could use it in a painterly way. And then John told me that he had these wooden circles that we inked up, and I would let John place them himself, and then we would run it through the press and created these large monotypes. Another artist, Carmel Cantu, from Imagine Art. And Carmel on the right, you can see he works with just plain white t-shirts, Sharpies, and he will design his own t-shirts. And he brought in his shirt and I told Carmel, oh, like, well, let's trace it. Let's figure out how to translate this t-shirt into a print. And so he traced it and we made a small little line etching. And then Latasha Johnson. We worked primarily with lino cuts, and Tasha was really interested in doing blend rolls, it can be a difficult technique sometimes, not too difficult, but I knew Tasha could do it. And we just practiced making blends until she was happy with the blend. And she made a little small addition, a block that was inked up with the blend roll, and then another block that she had carved into. And she wanted to use white ink, which she made a really successful print. And then, so part of Imagine Art artists working here at Flatbed was also to prepare them for job readiness. And so we would train the artists, hone their skills, and I told each of the artists, like, there's going to be an opportunity where you would have to teach a class. And right away, I let Tasha know. I told her, hey, like, you may teach a class. And she was like, no, I don't think so. And when we brought another group, another cohort of Imagine Art artists, I prepared everything for a demo. I laid the brayer down and Tasha just picked it up and started teaching everyone the printmaking process, how to ink up, how to use the press, how to create a foam print that you see on the right. And those are her students that she got to just have this wonderful experience. And I'm very proud, very, very proud of her. And after the residency, here are 3 prints that I worked collaboratively with the artist for the Sarah Jane Shepherd residency here. And it is in dedication to one of Catherine's nieces that also had a disability and had passed. And these prints, on the left is Carmel's, in the middle is Tasha's, and on the right is John's. And I auditioned them. I talked to them just like a collaborative process, like how do you want me to ink it, what paper, all the necessary questions to make a successful audition. And then with John, I had to come up with a way to create John's style to be auditioned. And so Catherine showed me how to use photopolymer plates. And so I had John just with a Sharpie draw on transparency sheets, and we exposed his image to those plates that I inked up in etching, like just like a etching, just ink it up, buff the ink away, and the etch lines are what holds the ink. And I used 2 plates to create that image. And yeah. Oops. So now my work, what do I do? So these are 3 mono prints that I created during my MFA. My MFA exhibition was actually during quarantine, during COVID. So I created these pre-COVID, and then I had to switch digitally, which I don't have any of my digital work, but these are 3 mono prints that the back is a heavier paper that I printed on. So BFK paper that I mono printed on, and I collayed a thin sheet of mulberry paper that I mono printed these structures to adhere them to create this sort of soft tone and this bell-like quality, or these nice gradients that you see. And a lot of my work comes from sacred spaces. I love looking at stained glass windows. I love looking at the rays of light coming through those windows and how just a soft glow that they have. And I feel like I really want to capture that soft glow. Some other prints that I have. We come in 3. This one is three sheets of mulberry adhered together, and I just had this idea of like wanting to encase a paper cutout. So the arch window that you see is actually in between 2 sheets of paper, just to have that sort of encasement. And then there's 3 figures in the front. But again, searching for that soft glow. And then on the right is a print that I did in my MA that I find it tickles me because it's only 2 inches high and 16 inches wide. And it was just a piece of paper that was like a tear scrap that I didn't want to waste. So I was like, oh, well, you know, like let's play with the paper size. Let's create a print that's just, I'm limited by this dimension. And, you know, like it's still one of my favorite prints. But it's like that you can see this, like there's this dark contrast, but this soft, like thin hairline of light. I guess like the birth of that soft glow that I was looking for, you know. 2 prints that I created here at Flatbed. And I just wanted to keep things simple, just color, shape, and process. And that's all I told myself, just blend of colors, one simple shape, and just keep the process basic. And so on the left, you see these string impressions. And a lot, all the prints that you see are what what I call are known for pressure printing. So you roll your ink out onto plexi, you lay your paper down, and you lay your objects on top. And that extra bit of pressure just helps to transfer the impression of that object. Soft objects, nothing, no nails, nothing like that. Protect your presses. And then on the right is same, just carved lines on veneer wood, a blend roll, and a familiar shape. I've also played with lithography and etching as well, and still just wanting that mark and craving color and craving depth of from just the contrast of color to create an atmospheric feel to them. And then one of my favorite videos that I just needed to share to end. No, closing. Closing. So I asked Catherine, I asked her, what is a word and what is a phrase that you could describe Flatbed? And the words that she gave me was risky and experimental. Risky because it takes all levels here at Flatbed, either business-wise and working with the artists to create Flatbed. You know, it's working with the artists collaboratively to create a print, an additional print or a monotype print that will be hopefully acquired for the masses, or experimenting, like just to see the process, like have fun going through the process, explore it, figure out what's going on, why is it doing that? Why isn't it not behaving, or okay, now I see why the print is acting this way. You know, it's all experimental discovery here at Flatbed. You know, each process is a new discovery. You know, no print, not one to print is alike. And Catherine vacuuming the press. So take care of your presses. Thank you. And then I put my website, Instagram, Flatbed's website and Instagram, and Imagine Art's website and Instagram as well.
Thank you, Richie.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I do have a question about who and how people can visit the collection. So you have all those prints.
Mm-hmm. So on our website, if you are not in the Austin area, you can go visit our website, and we have a featured tab of artists and art prints that you know, you can see digitally of so many artists that we've worked here at Flatbed. But you are always welcome to come and visit us too, if you are in the Austin area.
Okay, so people can just walk in and look through the archive?
Mm-hmm. So gallery hours are Wednesday through Saturday, Wednesday through Friday from 10 to 5, and on Saturdays from 12 to 5. And you are welcome to walk in. You are welcome to sign up for an appointment and let us know. We're always happy to stop and talk about prints to any visitors that walk in through the door.
Yeah, great. And Renee has this question, as do I. So how do local artists come and work at Flatbed? Like, what's the process of working either? I mean, I understand there's studio rental, but then
So there is several ways. If you're looking for a place to just come and print, we offer memberships. So you get 24/7 access to Flatbed. You get storage, and we have 2 etching presses, 4 etching presses, and a litho press. And we recommend that you take a class as well. That way we know that you are trained here to operate the presses. And it helps navigate through getting to know a new space as well. If you're interested in an artist working collaboratively, you can let Catherine Brimberry, email Catherine Brimberry, Catherine@flatbedpress.com, and she will guide you through the potential project or a proposal for a potential project. Mhm.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
That was wonderful, and so nice to see your work and also learn about a community center that
Yeah.
I think a lot of us out here, many of us are from California, so
Yeah.
that was great. Thank you so much, and thanks for taking the time, and thanks everyone for joining us. Next month, I believe it's November 3rd, we'll be talking with Rich Kegler, who's a letterpresspreneur. You may know him from his association with P22, I believe Dry Ink, and he's also used to be the director of the Wells Book Arts program. So that registration will be open in a couple of weeks. So thanks again, everyone, and hope to see you next time. Thank you, Richie.
Thank you.